What's going on, guys? In this video, we're going to talk about what is the best piece of cardio equipment for your garage or home gym. Check it out. Let's start with this piece of equipment. This is an air bike. Now we're going to start with air bikes because the air bike is one of my favorite pieces of cardio equipment, whether I'm in a gym or in my home gym. Now, you will not find an air bike in a commercial gym, at least not a global gym. Now, if you train at like a CrossFit box or something like that, you will see air bikes. They're kind of a staple in those types of gyms, but you won't see one of these in a regular commercial gym. The reason I love the air bike is unlike other cardio pieces of equipment, ellipticals and treadmills and all that stuff, it's got a smaller footprint, right? So that's good for a home gym. You can just kind of pick it up and roll it into a corner, put it up against a wall. So it's never going to be something that takes up a lot of space. On top of that, this is a cardio beast. In this gym, in my facility, my gym, we call this the demon cycle. No one, my fighters, my wife, my clients, no one likes to use the air bike. The cardio training you get on one of these is super intense, and it will leave your heart pounding, and you're just on the floor gasping for air. This is a great cardio machine. And also, the reason it's so great is because you get a super intense cardio session in a very short period. This is not the kind of piece of cardio equipment that you would sit on for 30 minutes or 20 minutes or even 15 minutes. I mean, the most I ever put anyone on this bike for is maybe 20 minutes. This is for high intensity interval training. Now this air bike is the assault air bike. When these air bikes first started becoming popular, I remember that when we were training with them, all we could find were these old Airdynes. You would try to get these Airdynes from like the 80s and 90s that people were selling, and they kind of had a resurgence, and they were really popular in the CrossFit world and in the fight training world. And so we would get these old beat up Airdynes, and then we would try to fix them up and keep them going. But from heavy use, they just couldn't withstand because they were meant for like home gyms back in like the 80s. If you're my age, you probably remember like one of those Airdyne bikes in your house, your mom's Airdyne bike, and they just used it as like a clothes hanger. Well, they became very popular again for like athletes to use. Primarily, I saw them as far as combat sports athletes, martial artists, and then very heavily in the CrossFit world. That said, Assault Fitness made an assault bike specifically geared towards CrossFit boxes, so it could be commercially strong. Or excuse me, it could be strong enough for commercial use. So I ran out and bought one, and I've had this for almost 6 years now, and it's still solid, and we use it constantly. My fighters use it, my clients use it. The kids are constantly playing on it. I have to constantly kick them off. This thing holds up. Now, because of that, this thing is not cheap. One of these assault bikes is about $1,000. But that's comparable to other pieces of cardio equipment. So it's worth the investment if you really want this piece of equipment. I know that Rogue now has an Echo bike that competes directly with this that I think is maybe $700 or $800, so it's a little cheaper. And then Titan Fitness even made their version of an air bike, or a fan bike is what they say on their website. And I think theirs is only $500. I've had this for 6 years. I'll stand behind this product. I would like to try a Rogue Echo bike, so I might sometime. But anyway, this is a great piece of cardio equipment. Again, it's a space saver, and it is for intense cardio sessions, but HIIT sessions like interval training, or short sessions like you bang out 20 calories or 60 calories on this thing. It will leave you on the ground, but it is not meant for endurance type cardio, or, you know, again, for anything more than maybe 15, 20 minutes. You absolutely can sit on this thing for an hour. I just don't understand the benefit. So again, an air bike is a great option for your home gym. Now, the second piece of cardio equipment I want to recommend for your home gym is a Concept2 Rower. Now, these you will see in a commercial gym as well as a CrossFit box, and mostly any other gyms. They're very easy to store because you can just roll it and store it upright. It takes apart right here, and you can store it in 2 pieces. So it is a space saver as well. Is not as cardio intense. Like, I just don't feel it's as intense as like the air bike, but it is a great cardio machine. Now, the rower is a machine that you can row on for extended periods. You can row on a rower for 20, 30 minutes if you like. But the type of training that I do, we do intervals mainly. So we do calorie counts, like we'll row 20 calories or 1,000 meters as fast as we can, or 2,000 meters. So I never spend more than 10 minutes on a rower, or it's part of an interval session where we're moving around and we're jumping on the rower, doing 20 calories between snatches or some other kind of lift or body weight movement. But as far as a piece of cardio equipment, this is a great investment. It's not like your standard thing where, again, you're on a bike or you're on a treadmill and doing that kind of stuff. It's a different movement all around as far as rowing. I like that you're hitting your back as you're doing it. You're engaging your legs. It's a full compound fitness exercise. And it's just good for cardio. Just make sure that you maintain your form when you're rowing. Don't get lazy, and I hate when people do this little thing with their hands on the rower. Just make sure that you're rowing properly so that you get all the benefits of the motion of the rowing. All around, it's just a great piece of cardio equipment. And again, small footprint. Now, price-wise, as far as when you feel the rower, sometimes they don't feel like they're the sturdiest piece of equipment, but they do hold. I've had this one for a couple years, and again, I can't keep kids off of my equipment here in between classes. But I also have fighters and clients on it. Myself, I train on it regularly. And so all it needs is a battery. You don't have to plug it in. That's another thing for the air bike. You just put a battery in it. So these are great because they don't have plugs either, like a treadmill or an elliptical would need. So you don't need an electrical power source, or you don't need, again, an outlet near the piece of equipment. So you can move it around your home gym very easily. Now, if you're gonna get a rower, don't go cheap on a rower. Don't go buy some weird knockoff on Amazon or some weird rower. Normally, I would recommend something on Amazon, but when it comes to a rower, you have to get a Concept2 Rower. And those are gonna cost about $1,000 brand new. There's just no way around that. I've never seen them discounted cheaper than that. Now, I did luck out and I went to a gym auction and I got this one for $700. So when he priced it at $700 for me, I bought it right there on the spot because I've never seen a rower for less than $900, right? And generally they run for about $1,000. But it'll last, it's low maintenance, and it's just a great piece of cardio equipment. You're gonna get some great workouts on this thing. So I would recommend a rower for your home gym as far as a piece of cardio equipment. Now, last but certainly not least are my 2 favorite pieces of cardio equipment that you can have in your home gym or your garage gym. Jump ropes. Now, jump ropes, man, I have fallen in love with jump ropes over the last couple years. And although if you're buying crossrope, there are some expensive jump ropes out there, but these jump ropes, 2 of my favorite jump ropes right here is the Freestyle Crossrope jump rope, and then the Rush Athletics money rope. These types of jump ropes are my favorite. These types of jump ropes are about $25 a piece. Now, there are some cheaper jump ropes on Amazon. Actually, I'll put some links to some of the cheap Amazon jump ropes that I purchased, like 10, 12 bucks. If you don't really need an expensive rope, you just need a rope, those are great options. I just prefer these types of jump ropes, and these are two of my favorite jump ropes. As far as interval training goes, as far as training, come on, as far as the martial arts and combat sports, jump rope is the old school training method, okay? So I always recommend a jump rope. If you are not good at skipping rope, it is something you can pick up. It is just a great, great way to train as far as getting your cardio and getting your heart rate up. I will link, I'll put a link up to the video where I talked about using skipping rope for cardio and weight loss. But there are some facts in there as far as, I think skipping rope for 5 minutes equivalent of running like 3 miles, something insane like that. So if you can adopt jumping rope into your fitness routine, and all you need is the space to swing the jump rope. So again, small footprint. So this is one of my favorites. I highly recommend it. And the last thing, piece of cardio equipment for your home gym that is my favorite out of everything, and I highly recommend, is your body weight. For me, cardio-wise, man, burpees, squat jumps, mountain climbers, bear crawls. I don't know if it's because of all the years of doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or martial arts and stuff, but I like to move my body around, and I use a lot of body weight exercises for conditioning. You don't have to spend any money. And as far as I'm concerned, as far as athletics or martial arts goes, if you can't move your body, then you can't, you just can't be an athlete, you can't be a proficient martial artist. You have to be good and strong functionally in moving your body in different athletic movements or explosive movements. So me, personally, my number one piece of cardio equipment for a home gym is your body, man. So if you are saving up or you're trying to get these other pieces of equipment, in the meantime, learn exercises where you are moving your body for conditioning. So these are the things that I feel would give you the best results, the best workouts, and probably are your best investment and take up basically have a very small footprint, so take up a very small amount of space. So I recommend these things for your home gym or your garage gym if you are not going back to the commercial gyms. Even if you go back to commercial gyms, consider using these things. They are great, great for getting your strength and your fitness up. Okay guys, so that's the end of this video. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching as usual. Guys, if you have not, please show us some love. Like and subscribe to the channel so we can keep this thing going. As always, keep fighting for fit, no excuses, and we will see you in the next video.